Tweets from a comedian based in Portland are getting national attention. He says Border Patrol agents pulled him off a Greyhound bus in Spokane and interrogated him for about 20 minutes. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome everyone. I'm Jane McCarthy. Comedian Mohammed El-Sheikhi says Border Patrol agents told him his 2 forms of documents were fake and that he was illegal. He was eventually let go, but the situation is now prompting response from city leaders and the organizations involved.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection tell us they are talking with the agents involved to find out exactly what happened. Workers there say the 2 forms of documents the comedian gave them are not considered legal for verifying status as an asylum seeker in the U.S. With a lot of questions out there, we wanted to know what is legal in a situation like this.
KREM 2's Amanda Rowley has more on that.
If this exchange between Mohammed El-Sheikhi and Border Patrol went by the books and followed the 4th Amendment, which protects people from random stops and searches, this is what would have happened. Border Patrol agents would have received written permission from Mayor David Condon to go into the private bus station area. Then they would get permission from the bus driver to search the bus. After that, they would have to ask everyone on the bus the same question, something to the effect of, what is your citizenship or immigration status? Passengers on the bus do not have to respond to their questions. It is their right. If a passenger does answer them and gives the agents probable cause to believe they are out of compliance with the law, they can ask to see documents proving their status. The Supreme Court ruling on Terry versus Ohio allows these agents, under these circumstances, to briefly remove a passenger from the bus. Now, El-Sheikhi tweeted the agents walked around before asking him and a few others to step off the bus to show their documents. Councilmember Brian Biggs, who is also a lawyer, says if the agents only spoke to those few individuals on the bus, this could be racial profiling. But Border Patrol confirms the agents did in fact talk to everyone on the bus. His tweet goes on to say they asked only a few people off the bus first before asking them any questions. Councilmember Biggs says this is illegal and violates the 4th Amendment. Then there's the claim that the comedian's documents, which were his Oregon driver's license and work permit, were fake. Border Patrol explained those 2 documents are not considered legal documents for verifying his status as an asylum seeker in the U.S. They say an asylum seeker must have an I-94 form on them at all times. They say he did not have this. Border Patrol has said in the past it is allowed to do searches this way within 100 miles of the border, and it has no plans to change this policy. All of this meaning agents won't seek written permission from the mayor or permission from the bus driver to do these searches. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
And we will have much more on this story, including an in-depth response from the Spokane City Council coming up in our next half hour. In other news, Gonzaga University is investigating a sexual assault reported in on-campus housing. In
an email to students, the university says it took place sometime between late Saturday, January 19th, and the early morning hours of the 20th. The university says the 2 students did know each other. In an email to students, the university says Gonzaga has zero tolerance for any form of sexual abuse or misconduct. We did reach out to Gonzaga for more information, but they declined to comment any further.
Well, he was a staple of Spokane South Hill. Andrew Vathis died on Friday night when he was hit by a car on his way home from work at Albertsons on the South Hill. A memorial service for Vathis is planned for Saturday, February 2nd at 11 a.m. at Ferris High School. He touched many lives during his almost 30 years at Albertsons and as a participant in the Special Olympics, Hoop Fest, and Bloomsday. You've likely seen him on his tricycle with the 12th man flag, visiting businesses on the South Hill, including us here at KREM. All of the community is welcome to attend the service. Again, that's on Saturday. A GoFundMe account is also set up to help his family with expenses.
We take a turn now to our local forecast. A lovely night outside, and it's getting cold out there. We could see some fog again tonight as well. Tom Sherry in the Weather Center with details on that. Tom?
Yeah, some of the northern valleys with the clear skies overnight are going to drop down into the teens and areas of western Montana into the low teens as we continue with this cold, dry northerly flow, northwesterly flow across the area. As you can see, any precipitation that you see on your television screen is down there in northern California. It looks like it's going to remain down there. 29 degrees. We've already dropped down to that temperature. Wind is out of the north-northeast and barely negligible. It's just 3 miles an hour. Day planner forecast, as I said before, calling for a low of 20. It gets cold. 37 the expected high tomorrow, but We should get some free vitamin D. All things are on track for us to get some sunshine, so we'll keep our fingers crossed we burn off the fog and low clouds and get that sun. Over the weekend, we've got a weather system moving in. We could get showers Saturday and Sunday in the form of rain or snow. Look for a high of 39 on Saturday, 38 on Sunday. I'll have a look at your 10-day outlook coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Tom. Thank you very much. Well, things got heated in Olympia today over a potential new law impacting hair salons.
Salon owners who rent out space to stylists fear the bill could put them out of business.
I'm Kyla Hervé. I'm coming from Spokane, Washington.
More than 1,000 stylists lined up to testify against the bill targeting them and their industry. It would make hairstylists who rent booths or chairs at salons to pay more in taxes. Salon owners argue it could put them out of business, as they say.
I put myself through school, 4.0 student with honors and no student debt because I was able to own my own salon and work for myself. And I think that every young woman behind me should be able to have the same opportunity, and this bill would severely diminish that.
Well, the state senator who proposed the bill says she wants to find a fair tax for both stylists and salon owners. The bill is still in the early stages, and state lawmakers will continue debating this. Well, it is a program that pairs local artists with new moms. This February is American Heart Month, and new babies are getting tiny red hats at one hospital to raise awareness of congenital heart defects.
Photojournalist Dave Summers stopped by Sacred Heart as workers prepare for the incoming newborns.
I'm a survivor of congenital heart disease. The specific type I have is complete heart block.
We're here today to launch our Little Hats Big Hearts program, which brings awareness to congenital heart defects. And every baby born in the month of February will get a little red hat.
Congenital heart disease is an abnormality, and the most common abnormality that children are born with.
It's been a huge impact. It's something that growing up, it wasn't anything that I knew different. It was with complete heart block, it means that your heart rate goes slower than usual. At the age of 9 is when I really started to notice it was impacting my life, and I was just tired all the time and exhausted, not able to keep up. And so I wrote a letter to my cardiologist saying, could I please have my first pacemaker? And that was at the age of 9. And I am now on my 8th. My 5-year-old also he was born with the same heart defect that I was.
Well, the treatments are changing every day. Back when I first started, everybody had to have surgery to have a new pulmonary valve put in when their pulmonary valve wasn't working. And now over time we've developed ways where I can put a pulmonary valve in the cath lab in just 3 hours and send them home the next day.
Support is so important. Many people don't reach out for support, but it's really necessary to do that just to help make it through the whole process.
As both a heart warrior patient myself, but also as a mom, I think the biggest thing is to really plug into the community, plug into the resources, reach out to the doctors, make your medical team, and we're navigating that with our 5-year-old right now.
What's really new, what's really needs to have a lot of awareness out there now is that there's a lot of adults who think they have their hearts that were fixed as children who are growing and developing further problems that they need to continue to be seen by specialists in congenital heart disease.
All good information there.